Hello knitters, Barbara Benson here. I'm an independent knitwear designer who also likes to make videos here on my YouTube channel, Watch Barbara Knit. What I have for you today is a little bit of just chitty chattiness, but I'm gonna start right into it because I don't want to tease you with the title. Happy Shawloween! And you're like, what are you saying? I'm saying Shawloween. It is a marriage of two of my favoriteest things in like the entire world. Halloween and shawls. So this is something I did last year. And to be honest, last year it was a complete and utter just impulse kind of thing. Like legit, I woke up on Halloween and was like, hey, Shawloween, let's do something. So what I decided to do is have like a game to play, like a trick or treat kind of situation, except for there aren't really any tricks involved. What I've done is I have selected 5 shawls in my portfolio, and I went and I picked out, not the main picture, but I picked out a picture from each of those 5 shawls. And then I found a little tiny pumpkin JPEG-y kind of, just a little illustration. And I hid that pumpkin in the picture. And by hid, I mean I stuck it in the picture. It's not really hidden. The hidden part is that it definitely is not in that top picture. So if you just like did a Ravelry search, you're not going to see it in that first picture. It's in one of the pictures a little bit further down. You may be able to see it in the little preview, or you may have to click on it and open it up. And you're like, why would I want to do this? And I think I mentioned once, so this is something that the tools on Ravelry allow me to do. I can't really do it on any other platform because they don't give me the tools that I need, specifically a discount code. So the discount code is Shawloween 2019, SHAWLOWEEN, then 2019, Shawloween 2019. So what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to look through my shawl patterns in my portfolio on Ravelry and see if you can find one that has a picture, the pumpkin in the picture. And any one, and there's 5 of them that have a pumpkin in the picture, they're 50% off. So that code will get you the pattern for half price. That's my treat for you. The trick is you got to find them. You got to go. It's kind of like a hunt. You got to go find it and look through the pictures and see where I stuck it in the picture. It is definitely on a shawl. Shawl being a kind of floofy thing that goes around your neck. It's definitely not in a cowl. It's not in a hat, but it's a shawl. So there's 5 shawls that I picked out. I'm going to show you a picture right here. I don't know. It might be here, wherever it fits, of what one looked like from last year. And obviously, since this one was from last year, that actually knocks one off your list that you don't have to look at because it's not the ones I did last year. But you can see how I put the pumpkin in the picture. So you're going to have to look through and find them. Now, I have the promotion code set so you can use it as many times as you want to. So you don't have to find all, if you want all 5, you don't have to put all 5 in your cart. You can do them one at a time. It'll work multiple times. And what it is you put it in your cart. And then when you go to checkout, there'll be a spot that says, do you have a coupon code? And that is where you type in Shawloween. I'll have it on the screen here so you can see what it looks like. And that's it. That is the game. So I thought, it'd be something. It's kind of fun. I enjoy it in picking out the ones and putting it in. And it makes it, it makes me feel like I'm interacting with y'all. And it's super, I enjoy doing it. So I will put all the links in the description below to my Ravelry store. And you can go look through it. Now, this code, it's only for Halloween. So it's going to go live at midnight Eastern Standard Time, October 31st. And then it's going to turn off at midnight. So it's Eastern Standard Time. Remember that. And that is your chunk of time that you have to go on your Shawloween hunt and try to track down the shawls that are 50% off. So, and if you don't want to do it, it's no big deal. You don't have to do it. It's just something I thought fun because I really like Halloween. Now, I wanted to talk about a couple. I want to do that first because, you know, sometimes people don't want to watch the whole video and, you know, people like discounts. So the other thing I want to talk about, I mean, the giant orange elephant in the room, I have 2 new patterns that I'm working on. They will both get full-blown pattern tours. I spent most of the day working on writing the patterns. And what I do is I write them and then I go away. I step away from them for a little while and then come back and read them again to make sure, you know, that they make sense and stuff, and double check. And then once I'm confident as I can be, I'll then send it to a tech editor who will go through it and check it and make sure all my numbers are correct and that the pattern works the way it's supposed to. That's because you really can't edit your own work. But so this, I've been working on this for a while. I showed it to you all bunched up. Actually, I think it was still on the needles last time I showed it to you. This is my giant Malabrigo shawl. It took 4 skeins of Rios, which is a worsted weight, and this is in their color coral. It's the Pantone color of the year. I'm really pleased at how it came out. Y'all, if you watched the video, I'll link to it. You'll know I wasn't 100% sure what the shape was going to look like, and I really like the way it came out. It is an absolutely huge, I mean, I'm going to probably have to stand up when I do the pattern tour, because what it is so you see this, you also have, I mean, it's wrapped all the way around. It is, you probably can't hear me when I go away. Sorry about that. It is really a full coverage. You can see it goes all the way around. Pick her up. See, it goes all the way around and it's got full coverage in the back. Here. See, oh, and it wraps around. That is the 3/4-ness of it. I bet that tick-a-tick-a-tick-a-tap of her toes sounds fabulous. So that is the shawl, and then this, some people asked for a matching hat for a good scarf. And so this is, I probably won't photograph it centered like that. That's not really the plan. Let's move it a little bit. There. That's more like it. So there, see, it's got the motif that's on a good scarf. It is a bit warm. It's still in the 90s here in Florida, so it's a bit warm for a hat. It's a slouchy hat, but I'm working on the instructions to make sure that it has instructions. If you just want a beanie, it would take a lot less, but you can see it's very floopy. Floopy is a technical term. So that's what that's looking at. We'll do a full-blown pattern tour on it, but it is definitely, this has not been photographed yet, so I'm going to work on it, but it's super squishy. Now, you know, knitting garter in the round is knitting garter in the round. You got to knit a row and purl a row, but I think it's well worth it. It's really cool. The yarn is Magpie, Solstice DK. It has superwash merino, domestic cotton, and silk in it. I really enjoyed working with this yarn. So, and I have a good bit of it left. So if you were making the beanie version, hang on, it's not cooperating. So stuff's attached. So I have this much left, and that's after the needles fell off. That's after finishing a whole slouchy hat. I am willing to wager if you did the beanie size, you could probably get 2 full hats out of it. Or like if you were doing it with the scarf, you would need a few skeins and you might be able to make the scarf shorter and get away with a partial skein. I don't know. It'll be fun. So that is that. And I wanted to show, this is one of those things when I want to talk about needles, I want to give myself some time to work with the needles. And I brought these needles home from TNNA. I hadn't seen them before. Gotta admit, I am not the biggest wooden or bamboo needle type person, but these looked really interesting. It's from Tulip. I can't even, KN, how do you pronounce KN at the beginning? Kanina? Nina? Is the K silent? Who knows? And it is, so it's the swivel knitting needle, and that is what I was fascinated by. It is a Japanese brand, and it's from Tulip. Tulip is a really good company, and so I want to show you. I've spent some time knitting with these. I knit some swatches with them because I really wanted to have a good idea how I felt with it. And so first I want to show you, when you're looking at a circular needle, a lot of what, so I just pulled it out. See, it was completely curled up and it's been sitting. This is how I store when I just stick them in something. I put them like this. There's one in here that's all wound up like that. So they stay like that in my bag. And some needles will retain that curl. But look. So I really like, straight out of the package, they were like this. So it doesn't have that curly, I mean, it has some, all of them do, but really, I say it's also a very, very neutral color that you can barely see. But it's got a really nice cable. It's stiff enough to work, but it doesn't like floop in on you. I like floop. Floop is a very good adjective. And it really does. But the few things I want to point out. So one is that it swivels. So that is one of the things that keeps it, while you're knitting, it keeps the cable from like doing that thing where it flips up and pops you in the face and like curls over your hand and everything. The actual needles where the cable goes into the ferrule, they actually swivel. So I really like that. Another thing is that I really like about these needles is this distance. The taper here. Sometimes these ferrules, these metal bits that attach the cable to the needle, they're really short and they're really abrupt. And that is one of the things that makes it difficult to get your yarn up and over. But you can see this has a really long taper, which allows you, and it's got a very smooth join. The join where the bamboo comes into the metal is really nice. And they have they're bamboo, but they're not sticky. They have a really nice finish to them. The points aren't crazy pointy. I like super points, so that is, a little ding for me. But if I'm working with wood, if I've chosen to work with wood, it's probably because I'm working with a more slippery yarn. And that is a situation where I probably don't want a super point, because then I might end up splitting my stitches. So if you're working with a splitty yarn or slippery yarn where you want a little traction and grab, bamboo is always a good choice. So I had told y'all when I opened these up from TNNA that I'd let you know what I thought of them, and now I am. It's been enough time and I've worked with them enough. I give them 2 thumbs up. I do like them, and I would like to get more of these because they're just a really nice needle, and I really like the swivvy. The swivel is just like, yay, we're spinning. Makes me happy. It's one of the things I really like about the Haya needles. They also have that swivel to them. The not the fixed ones, but the interchangeables have that swivel. So it's just going everywhere. So if you can find them, they're brand new. This is the Nina Swivel knitting needle from Tulip. They just gave me this at TNNA. So they didn't pay me for it or anything. I mean, it was a free sample, but they don't know that I'm talking about it. I just wanted to let you know what I thought of it. So there's that. And then I did Rhinebeck, New York Sheep and Wool. It is the Disney World of knitting, really. It is amazing. It is huge. And I will tell you, I wanted to move that so you could see the pretty. I will tell you, I worked. I mean, I enjoy my work, but I went up there and set up on Friday, and then went to the Christy Glass thing Friday night. She had a yarn bazaar thing, and saw some friends. But on Saturday and Sunday, I got there at 9 o'clock. I went to I got there at 8 something. I went to my booth, my table in the signing area, and I was pretty much there all day. It's just what I did because I told y'all that I would be there, and I wanted to be there if someone was going to go out of their way to come see me, and I wanted to talk to people about the book, and it was a work trip for me. So I want to really and truly, genuinely thank each and every one of you who came and said hi, who came and got a book signed, who came and somebody brought me cupcakes. I had one absolutely lovely person, thank you, who came on Sunday to ask if I'd had lunch. And I was like, I haven't had lunch. And they went and got me lunch. I really appreciate that because I'm always afraid to get up from the table because I'm like, but what if there's this one person who's been trying to get to me and I'm not there? And then they're disappointed. I never want to disappoint people. So it was fun. And I enjoyed talking to each and every person that stepped. There were people who had no idea who I was, but they're like, hey, I'll talk to you anyway. And that was awesome. And then there were people who came up and they're like, I watch you on YouTube and thank you. And that makes me so excited to be able to make that connection. It's really cool. So I thoroughly enjoyed New York Sheep and Wool, but I didn't get to go and walk around and do all this stuff. I didn't. I was in my spot and that's where I was. But there are certain things that are impossible to delegate. I call it the penalty for being hydrated. Sometimes you just got to go take care of things, if you know what I mean. And one of the times when I was walking to take care of business, I came back and something caught my eye and I was like, whoo! And I had to stop and I had to look at it. I had to squish it and I fell in love with it, but I had to get back to my booth. So I went back and I sat down and I kept thinking about it. And then there was a little brief time where I was like, I gotta go do it. I gotta go do it. So I actually went and managed to find a tiny bit of time to buy a tiny bit of yarn. I wanted to show it to y'all. So you would think, Barbara, you went all the way up there and you only bought 2 skeins of yarn. That is the explanation of why. But you've got to see this yarn. What am I going to do with it? Who knows? So look at this. So I bought 2 colors. Ooh, isn't it beautiful? I got this. This is what grabbed me. This black with the blues in it. I just think it's absolutely stunning. And then this was hanging next to it. And I am a giant sucker for purple. They're both beautiful. Now what this is this is Long Island Livestock Company. And it's a actual farm. Let me read you the thing. Long Island Livestock Company is the most diverse supplier of raw fiber, roving, and natural yarns on Long Island, and is committed to the well-being of camelids and all other livestock. Our award-winning llamas and fleeces speak for the quality of the fiber we have to offer. The fibers are all shorn by owner Tabitha Habold McGee. So they take care of the animals, they shear the animals. It's just stunning. So this is American raised and spun. All of our yarns are naturally colored and uniquely designed. We recommend buying enough yarn at one time for your project. So, you know, it's one of those things that you get at fiber festivals. A lot of times they're things that aren't really widely available, but they do have a website, and I'll put it in the link below. This is called Purple Twilight. It's 100 yards in 85 grams. So it is a heavier weight. I'm going to have to figure out what weight it is. And it is 60% alpaca, 10% silk sari, and 30% merino. So the little colors have got to be the sari silk, and it's got that sheen, and it's obviously soft because of the alpaca and merino. And I think this one color is called Celestial Sky. It's the same yarn, it's the same blend, but look how beautiful it is. What can I say? I was like, it's completely in front of my face. It's talking yarn. But okay. So this is the one that grabbed me from across the aisle through the crowd. It was just, and I have to say, so they had them displayed like this. And I am a sucker for things displayed in this open hank form. You can really see how beautiful it is. Here, let's hang her up there. Look at that. It's gorgeous. I'm trying to decide if I could do something with these two together. Do y'all think they would go together? I know it's super subtle, but there's something about, I just love this purple, but I'm not sure that I can mix these super, the super warm tones with the super cool tones, if that's too jarring, or if I can do it. I kind of like it. I think it's unexpected and different. And this is how when I'm trying to decide on colors. I just bought these two because I love them both. So in the comments below, let me know yay or nay. Should I do them together or separate, or maybe color block or color work? Who knows? It's so soft. Okay. So that is probably enough babbling for today. The primary thing I want you to remember and take away here is happy Shawloween. Make sure on October 31st that you are ready to go and hunt down the pumpkins in the pictures of my shawls. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, click that like button, give it a thumbs up. And if you would like to be notified whenever I upload a new video, please subscribe to my channel and click that bell so you can get notifications. Thank you so much.